See, as a church, we've got to understand this. They may say the church is intolerable. The church ain't intolerable. We just standing on the word of God. They may say the church is just reading what man put in a book. We're just reciting what God put in our hearts. They may say all the church wants to do is condemn people. Nah, the church ain't condemning. We just don't condone what you do either. They'll say the church is full of hypocrites. So is the club, but that ain't stop you from going there either. Still going to the club. Bunch of hypocrites. Then they'll say stuff like the church used the Bible in the past to promote slavery and racism and misogyny. And I understand this to be true. Yes, this is the reality. But just because someone uses a screwdriver incorrectly and attempts to hammer a nail in with a nail in a piece of wood with a screwdriver doesn't mean that the screwdriver doesn't work for what it was made for. It just means that the person using the screwdriver was using it incorrectly, and that nobody ever sat the person down to show them how to really use a screwdriver. So the screwdriver ain't broke. The person that was using it was broke. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Now watch this. Now don't go home saying, Pastor said, let people beat you up for Jesus' sake. Pastor said, man, listen, you might just let them beat you up. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is you have to be wise and use discernment. Right? At one point, Jesus told his disciples, if people didn't respond to you, if people don't respond to the gospel, shake the dust off your feet. Shake the dust off your feet. What does that mean? In other words, right? Again, a Jewish idiom. In other words, try your best and then move on. Watch this now. Don't let the residue of a failed experience be the catalyst to the failure of your next experience. Did you hear what I said? Don't let the residue of one failed experience be the catalyst to the failure of your next experience. Sometimes you actually have to let go and let God. Are you with me, family? You gotta let go and let God. The last thing I'll say on that note is this. Christian maturity. Christian maturity is turning someone over to a new season that exists without you, hoping that they find better and more consistent success in their season without you than they did in their previous season with you. That's maturity. You see, human nature says, I'm gone, so I hope they do worse without me. That's what human nature says. Human nature says, I'm gone. I'm going to sit back and watch the timeline and watch them do worse without me. This is human nature. This is real. I'm telling you, that's the default. That's the default. But Christian maturity says, I did all I could. I want them to do better without me.